What? Hello. What's up? I'm here. It took me a second. I had so many problems trying to get shit started this morning or today. It's like evening, afternoon, whatever. I was struggling. I was sitting there. I was like, okay, why isn't this working? Okay, why isn't this working? Okay, why isn't this working? It took me like an extra 15 minutes to get set up. Heck. What a pain in the batootie. Hi, Bebo. How are you? Hello. I realized I switched over in the middle of an ad break. Apologies. How are you, Bebo? Oh, goodness, excuse me. It took me extra time to set up today. I kept running into issue after issue. My stream key needed to be validated. My camera wouldn't connect. Because I had to revalidate my stream key, my shit got all busted. It was kind of annoying. So, it is what it is. But, over the weekend, you like the sweater? Me too. I'm very excited about this. So, over the weekend, I actually got both of the front panels done. It's really hard to get in frame because of how big it is. But, it's got both of the front panels, which is basically the same thing, just mirrored. So you got the fox, and then there was little paws on the bottom. And then I believe I showed stream, I got the back done, which has the 2 foxes on it. Super hard to get this in screen in the paws. So today what we're working on is the ribbing all the way around the bottom, like a sweater. Sorry. The reason I want to do that today, normally I would try and do the sleeves next so that I at least have all of the basic pieces done. But in order to know how big of a zipper I need to have the bottom of the ribbing done. And we're getting rid of Prime next week, so I need to know how long of a zipper to buy. And buy 2 of them since I'm making 2 of these sweaters. So that's why this is what we're focusing on. And then after sleeves will be the pockets. Because there are currently no pockets. There's just holes. So, yeah. Probably start... I have to think. Probably start from the other side. Ugh. There's so much fabric here. This is not easy to move around. Okay. So basically how we're gonna do this. Let's pull this through here. And pull those through there, so this will be attached. It's looking great so far. Thank you. I've been very excited about it. I'm very excited to see how far it gets. Hi, Auntie. It's gonna be hard to post it because I know I don't want pictures of like IRL me online. I don't know if Shock wants pictures of IRL him online. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We yawned at the same time. I yawn a lot when I start up stream. It's because I don't talk at all during the day. So, suddenly I actually have to talk. That's what happens when you work from home. It's very tiring, yeah. Hi, Blue. No game. We're crocheting. I have the front panels of the sweater completely done and the back panels, so I am currently making the ribbing around the bottom. Because I need to know how wide the ribbing is so that I can order a zipper to put into it. I could do buttons, but I don't like buttons. I don't like having to find buttons. I don't like having to figure out what size of buttons to buy. I just hate dealing with buttons. Did you know clankers can't crochet? Hell yeah. Fuck the clankers. Okay, so I'm trying to remember how I did this before. I think I did a slip stitch in each of these. And then you turn it. It's been a while since I did a crochet ribbing. I might have to pull up the video that I watched earlier today. Hold on. Excuse me. I can't stop it. It just keeps happening. Okay, we're gonna come back to this. See how she does this. So she does big yawn, yeah, for real. She just does slip stitches all the way across. She yarns over. And goes through both loops. Okay. I just had to make sure I was doing it the same way. Saw an AI crochet pattern. The perspective was really weird though. The stitches in the background were larger than in the foreground. That's one of the easiest ways to figure out if it's AI or not, is to look at the stitch sizes. Because AI can't do like make them look correct. It'll make all of the ones in the, basically just all of them the same size. Or like you said, the ones in the foreground will be too small. Or like you can tell where there's supposed to be decreases. There won't be. They'll just keep the same amount of stitches all the way around somehow. It's really hard to describe, but you can tell if you've been a crocheter, you can easily figure out which ones it is. Hi, how are you? Welcome in, we're crocheting. Oh, I should have eaten more for dinner. I am so hungry, but I had chicken nuggets. Like I don't need to eat more, but god damn it, I want more to eat. Heck. What are you up to? Just vibing? You had spaghetti with zucchini noodles. Do you like zucchini noodles? Because I can't imagine zucchini noodles being good. I do not like zucchini. Zoodles are S tier? Okay. Am I doing this right? Or am I supposed to do just the back loop? Hold on. I gotta look at the video again. You got some Bannock dogs earlier? Or 8 Bannock. Is that like fancy corn dogs? You hate courgette? I do too. I don't like them. I'm trying to watch this, make sure I do this correctly. So in the top of those, and then go back to the other side. Heck. Bannock? Yeah, the fancy corn dogs. Nice. Okay, I'm doing it correctly. I just wanted to make sure I was doing this stitch correctly because it's not one that I'm familiar with. There's been a couple places around here that have opened that have fancy corn dogs and stuff. I haven't been to one of them yet, but I know that they exist. Did you have like potatoes on it? Or what was on it? Is the Bannock ones specific to a specific kind of the fancy corn dogs? No, it was plain. Ah, okay. That's fair. The Asian Mart here for a long time had a bunch of fancy corn dogs. Just fried Bannock. Corn dogs with nacho cheese. I do not like nacho cheese. Nacho cheese makes me really sick. Okay. Like, I have to be really careful with drinking nacho cheese. 'Cause maybe that's my problem. So what I'm doing is so the ribbing that I did before was all slip stitches, and it looks nice. But this one is has an altered slip stitch on it that's supposed to make it a little bit more stretchy, that I'm hoping looks better. I want it to look more like knit. That's why I'm doing it the way I am. Speaking of nugs, did you get Taco Bell's Diablo nugs? No, the last time I went to Taco Bell, it was extremely disappointing. The one that's right next to us, like literally this was like 2 weeks ago. I ordered it to pick it up at like 4 o'clock or something specific, and they didn't have it ready until 4:15, and I was just standing there, and the lady was like, "Did you already pay for it? Maybe that's why it's not ready." I'm like, "No, I can guarantee you it's paid for." And then she handed me the cups to get our drinks, and all of the Mountain Dew flavors had like no syrup in them, so they were just like the LaCroix of Mountain Dews. It was really upsetting. Maybe it was my own fault. That would upset me too. I think it would upset most people. It's some bullshit, dude. I was so mad. This is a really thick ribbing. That's fine. I was actually surprised though. You can like make your own value box if you order online for Taco Bell, and that's what we did, and it was actually a really good deal. The Hawksaw. Okay, I was like, I know this name, but I couldn't remember who it was. I felt so bad. Toxa, okay. Okay. Did I fuck up this? No. I was just looking at it weird. This stitch is just being stubborn. Why is it being stubborn? It's mad at me. Actually, I think I'm supposed... No. I watched the video on how to do it. Oh, for Pete's sake. This stitch is weird because it's not like the normal stitch. I don't think it's supposed to look like that, though. That doesn't look right. I'm gonna pull it back and look at it. Yeah, this puts it on the front. Is that how they did it in the video? She's only going through one stitch on the video. What the fuck? She's going through the very back one? Bruh. This is so dumb. I hate it. I hate having to learn a new stitch in order to do the things I want. Maybe I just do. Just taking it slow. Take it back now, y'all. The hell? It's such a weird looking stitch. Okay, so I'm so confused. I might have to watch this with sound. Okay. I'm so confused. I hate it when I'm confused on these kinds of things because I feel like I'm normally very good at learning to crochet things, but goddamn. Okay. So she does just the back loop and then pulls it through. Yarn over just the back loop and pull it through. This would be easier if I actually yarned over instead of whatever the fuck I'm doing instead. Nope. I can't do it that way. Is it too late to practice on scrap? It's not. I'm just, too gung-ho. I'm just gonna do it the way that I want to do it. I could practice with scrap, but honestly, it's not gonna be any different than just doing it, in my opinion. Because crochet is very forgiving. in that if I have a problem, I can just rip it back. It's not that big a deal. Okay, and then on the back, or on the very last one, she does too. Does it through both loops. Okay. Is a badass like that, for real. No, I'm just impatient. Don't ever look to me for support on how to do things correctly, because I won't do it correctly. I am so fucking reckless. I am so reckless when it comes to learning something. Don't take cues from me. Okay, now we're gonna see how she does the next one. Oh my god, I don't care about adding it to the backside. I'm fine. So she just does back loops for everything. That would be why I was so confused. Okay. Now I understand. Now I understand how this works. Now I need to make sure I'm doing it the right direction. We need to actually start on the other side. So we're gonna undo all of this and take it off and go to the other side. You ever think it's cute when people have to make lines to wait for something in video games? Dude, I think it's adorable when people do that. When they just make a line. They're like, there's too many people here. I'm just gonna stand in line and wait. And then everyone else does it. That's super funny to me every time. Okay, so the reason we're starting on the other side of this is because the stitch is technically two-sided. You could use either side as the front, but one of them definitely looks better. So that's what I'm gonna do, is use the nice side to go on the outside. Because nobody wants to look at the not so pretty side. It actually would look fine, but I like the other side way more. Make a cue, guys. And then it's funny when there's a line jumper and people start getting mad. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I realized I'm not in the light. 10. Okay. I'm also doing something that's not in the thing either. So she does a chain to turn, and I don't do that anymore. It looks a spook. Why? I'm not doing a chain to turn because it actually makes it look a lot cleaner if you don't. So I'm not going to. I prefer the way it looks without it. I think it also solves some of the confusion on where the end is, in my personal opinion. Again, I am not... You probably don't want to learn from me while I'm trying to make a project like this, because I am reckless. This past weekend, we went over to Tyler and Courtney's to help them. They had a tree cut down in their yard that was dead and over a power line. And we went over because we are the group that my husband and I have the chainsaw of the group. So we were lending them the chainsaw. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're Gucci. Okay, now we can slip stitch. It's funny because not even my in-laws have a chainsaw. And they're the kind of people who would have a chainsaw and they don't. You have to head out? Okay. Well, I would say we'll wait for you, but we're not going to. I trust you with chainsaws. I wasn't using the chainsaw, Shock was. For what it's worth. Okay, so now that I know what I'm doing, this is gonna be so much easier. I should have paid attention when I was watching the video earlier, but ferret brain and all that. I also got to figure out if it's how I want to do the pockets. I was originally like debating, well, I'm still debating if I want to crochet the pockets or if I want the pockets to be like actual fabric on the inside. I just don't know how I would sew in regular fabric is my only problem, which is why I can't decide. Life is too short to pay attention to things, true. Speaking like a true ADHD. And then this one is both loops to give it a nice clean edge. I can get both loops on there. Okay, there we go. Because if you do like a pro cons, like crochet, I don't have to buy fabric. It's really easy to attach, at least for me, because I know what I'm doing. Cons, it would be very bulky, like very bulky, and it may not look very clean. But I don't know how to do the fabric pocket is my problem. Like I don't know how I would do that without it being stitched weird on the front. I don't know. I might have to do some research and see what people kind of suggest, maybe. Okay, we're doing regular slip stitches on this side. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, just making sure I'm doing it right. Oh, what am I doing? I didn't do the back stitches on this. I did all the stitches. Fucking hell, dude. I need to get my shit together. Okay, back stitches only. Back loops only. Okay. Oh, hi, Leo. Please don't. Leo, don't make me get water. My cat's been a menace today. All up in my shit all day. Leo, please. Yep, you can see him right there. If you stay right there, you'll be fine. But I know you're gonna encroach on my space. Alright, back loop only. We're doing these kinds of stitches now. Now that I know what I'm doing, this is so much easier. Leo. Hey, chat says hello. You want to say hello? You want to say hello? Come here. Come here. Yeah, there you are. Hi, Leo. Yeah, good boy. Oh my god. Hello, buddy. I need to get an emote of Leo because he shows up every time I do a crochet stream. He is obsessed with anything I crochet. Like it's actually become kind of a thing where if Leo doesn't like come hang out on this at least once, it's not approved and I have to redo it. He's already late on this sweater. I took a picture of it today. It was very cute. And then this one goes through both loops to give us a nice clean edge. Leo, no. You're not gonna climb that far in. Nope, I'm not gonna let you do that. Yeah, look at that. That looks nice. Okay, back loop. 3. Make sure I'm not missing any stitches. 5, 6. No. 7, 8. Leo. Oh my Christ. I don't know what his deal is or why he's being like this lately. Excuse you, sir. Can you please move? Come over here. Ugh. Almost hit me with my microphone. I'm sorry, bud. Your cat is like what my horse would act like if he was a tiny animal. This cat, dude, I don't know what his deal is. Also, welcome in. Hello. What kind of horse do you have? I don't know, like, anything about horses. The one time I met a horse, it was really mean to me, and I never went back. I think somebody was plotting against me and told them to give me the mean horse, because everyone else's horses were fine. I love watching videos of horses, but I don't think I could do it. They're spooky. There we go. Man, sometimes crochet goes really easy and then sometimes it's not. So, I don't know. Today's kind of one of those not days. See, this is why I chose to have this side on the back. Like, it still looks fine. It still looks really clean. But this side is gorgeous. Not days suck. I was gonna look up. We have a Renaissance fair coming to town this weekend. And I don't have anything to wear. I do own a kilt, but I don't have anything to wear with a kilt. So I just need to figure out what I can wear. He's a quarter horse with chestnut with heterochromia, and he's the sweetest thing, at least for me. He hates my trainer. Oh no. Heterochromia is so cool. By a quarter horse, does that mean like he's really tiny? Or does that mean something else? I assume that it's something tiny. It's a tiny horse. Okay. So he's not that far from being like just a big dog. I'm assuming it's a tiny horse. It's a breed. Oh. I'm gonna Google it. Hold on. What the fuck is happening? Quarter horse. I'm Googling it. American quarter horse. Excels at sprinting short distances. Is it like a show horse then, or is it a just a horse? I don't want to say just a horse, but you know what I mean. And then I believe chestnut is the color. Hi, Nevaeh, how are you? Yeah, chestnut's the color. That I knew. If not horse, then why horse shaped? They're usually very short, and us horse people measure in hands. He's about 15.3 hands, I think. I don't remember. Wow. Is that really big for a horse? Like I said, I know nothing about horses. My first ex, actually, he used to volunteer at a place that it was like an equestrian therapy for people with mental disabilities. I thought that was really interesting. Yes, that's nice and clean. I like that. I like this a lot. You're doing your best. That's all we can ask for. You like the title? You like the title of my stream, Nevaeh? I wanted to write out the whole sentence, and I was like, no, I'd probably get in trouble for that. I don't need to be getting in trouble. Yeah. I have my glasses off. Oh, God. Yep. I don't want my buddy to be disappointed. I'm trying not to be a sus muffin. Look, you frequent me and Moo way too often to not end up being somewhat of a sus muffin. That's just kind of what happens. And Kaiko still likes us, so it must be fine, right? I'm not a sus muffin, you're right. But, Nevaeh, I have completed the front and the back, both front panels and the back panel. I have completely sewn the sides together, and the shoulders together, so it could technically be worn as a vest right now. I'm very excited. Hashtag susmuffin. I use him for jumping, but before I bought him, he was a Western, barrel racing and fast galloping. And no, the tallest horse in my barn is 18.1 hands. He's very tall. That sounds terrifying. I know, but I think she thinks about me when I'm not. Oh, you're not. Maybe sometimes we should do things without regard to whether it pleases other people, and just neutrally to that, I'm not sus. That's fair. I'm learning about horses. I don't know anything about horses. Do you have a lot of them? I mean, that's at least 2 horses, which seems like a lot of horses. Keiko's cool. Yeah, I like Keiko. Keiko's my oldest streaming friend. One of those, if anything were to happen to Keiko, I would kill everyone and then myself type things. I'm sure she would not be happy hearing that. She's too innocent for this world. You'll make me cry, like, actually, it's okay, I'm sorry. No, I just adore Keiko. Very dear friend. If she and I lived any closer, I'm sure we would have met in person, but we do not live close at all. So. Oh my god. Come on. Struggling with this stitch. It's these end stitches that are causing me grief. There we go. She's a good influence. Yeah, she's a good influence on just about anyone who talks to her. She's very supportive of everybody. I want to be that good one day. We'll get there. I know that I'm not, I'm a positive influence, but I'm not the best person I could be. We'll get there. Speaking of getting there, I know that I'm about to get paid by Twitch here soon. And I'll be getting a better camera for hand streams. Something that'll give me more... You'll be able to see more, because, like, the amount of space I can show you is so limited. But that's... I want to make it easier. And also, like, there have been multiple times where I haven't been able to do a crochet stream because I use my phone as my camera. I'm literally using my everyday cell phone and connecting it to an app, and that app sucks. I hate having to remember to charge my phone. I've forgotten on more than one occasion, and I'll have to cancel crochet stream and I'll have to do something else, and I hate doing that because crochet streams, I don't know, it's just something... There's something special about a crochet stream, and I just hate missing that, you know? So it's just... Oh, I gotta do the right stitch on this pass. This will make it so that I have no excuse. Is it a Droid cam? Yeah, it's an Android. I'm not sure which camera I'm gonna get or how I'm gonna mount it. I'm thinking about just getting an arm. Not 100% sure yet, though. Hopefully it would have better quality, too, because I know that sometimes the quality gets kind of really bad. This is supposedly a yarn eater, but I have more than enough yarn. if I need to buy more of this yarn, I can. This song will make me eat yarn. Just let me talk on YouTube. Had some extra info on his ranch. Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry. Currently stay at a rescue ranch, but you're allowed to board your horse there. Keep them there. And I only own one, but I help train 3. Oh. My horse broke my trainer, so now I'm training. Oh no. That makes sense then. That makes a lot of sense. Man. The ban evaders are out in force lately. Oh, there's water everywhere. Hold on. I'm doing homework right now. I'm paying more attention to the video than reading about the plague. Which plague? I love learning about the plagues. By the plague, are you talking about bubonic plague? That's my assumption. Water all over. No wonder my mouse wasn't working right. It's from when I was trying to get my cat to stop fucking around on my desk. Okay. I used to watch a ton of documentaries about different kinds of plagues, and then COVID happened, so I stopped watching things about plagues because it was really upsetting. I used to watch a lot of things about like medical mysteries and stuff though. I find that stuff absolutely fascinating. It's actually the yellow fever, but it's fictional book. Oh, okay. Okay, that probably makes it a little easier to palate. The worst part about crocheting ribbing is that you have to go back and forth, so your project ends up in a heap next to you. In a tangled mess. Crochet torsion. I'll show you some torsion. Oh, heck. These last stitches, they get me every time, dude. I cast Tangled Crochet Project. You're a fucking monster. Oh my god. Come on, dude. Here we go. There we go. Lord Almighty. One of these days, that last stitch will be a lot easier to do. I'm thinking I just need to give it some extra space probably on that first stitch. But then the end isn't as clean, which is irritating. We're gonna see. I have to wake up in 8 hours, but I want to stay up for a bit longer. I understand that feeling so much, dude. Lately, I call it my revenge bedtime, and I just wait a little bit longer. And then I suffer for it the next day. It's just not worth doing, but I just don't like having to go to work the next day. Work is really busy in the beginning of the month, so I'm just like, I want to avoid it. I wish I could sleep for 8 hours. I mean, you could, but you decided you wanted to come hang out with me. Which I do appreciate. I want that to be known. Much, much more important. You remind me so much of my elementary music teacher who loved crochet. It's funny because I actually went to college to be a music teacher and failed out. I was going to be a music teacher as well. Probably for high school instead of elementary, but I just think that's funny. There's something that kind of goes hand in hand with it, and I'm not sure what it is. It's okay, you could just make a really, really long snake with the one line. Actually, in the district that I would have possibly been teaching in, high school teachers also teach elementary music, so... Well, at least for band. I would have been teaching band. What is happening? The stitch is just being ridiculous. Okay, there we go. Snack jackets for sale. Snackety snack. Oh, for fuck's sake. What is happening? Like, this yarn is splitting really bad, and it's making it really difficult. There we go. I love this song. There are two wolves inside you, Deedly-dee, and whatever this one is. This one is... Let me see if it says when I click on this. No, it does not tell. Yeah, it doesn't tell me which one it is. Sorry. I did that with a very long line, and it can go upstairs, wrap around my kitchen 3 times, and back up the stairs. I bet you used a whole skein of yarn too, didn't you? I've been working on bach corrals for homework, yeah? How's that going? Have you been trying to do them for warm-ups on your own? Because I still don't know how you would do that. Or I might be thinking of the harmonics. It's tough when you're not in music school getting checked every day. I have my teacher with a 60-minute lesson once a week. Yeah, that's true. When I was in college, I had private lessons. I had 1-hour private lessons every single day. It's for composition. You take a chorale, take the bass, alto, and tenor parts out, and you try to write it yourself. Like you're writing the bass, alto, and tenor parts. That would be a fun exercise. I did something similar in music theory. I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but my senior year in high school, um, so the choir would pick a song to sing every year as seniors. The seniors would pick a song, and that would be the song that they would perform at graduation, and they would do like a bunch of different stuff with it. Um, and we were sick and tired of songs that had solos in it because one of the people in our choir was extremely good, so she got every single solo. And it was pretty depressing for a lot of other people because, you know, we all wanted to have some amount of, you know, recognition too. So I transcribed a piece that was, I think it was a Train song. I would have to look it up. I don't remember. I think it was Train. And the choir as a whole picked that as their song. And we sang that at graduation and at our final concert and all sorts of stuff. It was really cool. Yarn is actually still going somehow. I haven't touched it in like a year and a half because the last time I did it was a tangled mess. Yeah, that's the worst. They call it yarn barf. I hate untangling yarn, but it's also so extremely satisfying when you do it. Like you just sit there and you do it. And I just get into like this zen state where I'm like all in on it. That's all I can think about. I told you there was a girl in the year above mine who ended up on Broadway. She got every lead part in every musical and every solo in every choir. Yeah. That's kind of she didn't do any acting or anything, but that's what she was like. I mean, she was a nice person. We were just kind of sick of like there was no chance for anyone else ever. You almost get tired of seeing her face as an audience member. Yeah. I'm sure people did too. Cuz it's not like my year was struggling for people who were musically talented or anything like that. We were not. There were a ton of people who were extremely talented. But because she was there, nobody else got any other chances. It was pretty upsetting. But, you know, it just kind of happens. It is what it is. The Train song, get on board, little children, get on board, little children. There's room for you, room for me, and room for many more. I don't know that song. It was a song by the group Train. Gosh, I wish I could remember which one it was. Train. I wish I could remember which one it was. Not that one. I can't even remember the program I used to write the music, so I can't even look it up. You're gonna go sleep? Okay, good night, Auntie. Thanks for jumping in. Sleep well. I really do wonder what you'd think of Eugenics soundtrack because it's all jazz. It's funny because when we were prepping for the karaoke stream, more than one person suggested that we sing Eugenics songs, but I haven't played the game, so I don't know. I couldn't do it. That might have been me. No, it was Hoop in our group. He didn't join us for karaoke, but he suggested the song. He's played a lot of Eugenics. Yeah, the Barnyard. See, now the stitches are going in easier. Stopped playing eugenics when life got weird, but I used to play from time to time. I get that. This one might be my favorite background music song. This one's pretty good, yeah. It's very calm. I like the calm ones. I went to go see if he had more organ versions of songs the other day. He does not. I was kind of sad. Not gonna lie. I wanted more. When I hear a musical artist that really has their harmonies and voice leading down, like this metal band Blackor is juicy. There are times when like certain harmonies, they just hit you in a way and you're just feel like you're ascending. So random, but I just need someone to talk to while I do homework. Does anyone got any tea from school? Let's see. Let me think about, it's been a while since I've been in school. Trying to think of if there's anything that was really good. I mostly kept to myself in school. My department sucks? Question mark. Yeah, pretty much. That's how I feel at work. Something you'll learn. Work tea is just the same tea as high school tea. It always has been. I think Balakor is a name from Warhammer. But I don't do that stuff. That's fair. Trying to think if I recently heard any really good stories that I could retell. I've been watching a lot of documentaries and stuff like that. Oh, I could tell you, I had a weird random YouTube like rabbit hole that was suggested to me. Thank you, YouTube. They decided that my, hyperfixation of tornado sirens should come back. Hi, Supa. I'm a little chismosa at work. What does that mean? But it decided that I wanted to learn more about different kinds of like emergency signals that have been sent out. So like, I don't know, obviously I don't know where you live or anything like that, but like the severe weather type emergency signals, things like severe thunderstorm warnings or tornado warnings. That's what I get a lot of. I live in the Midwest. But like snow warnings, flood warnings, stuff like that, right? There was two in particular that made me laugh. So there is something called a volcano warning. That is if a volcano is erupting or is about to erupt, to send to people to evacuate, right? There's only ever been one issued in the history of the system in the United States. And you'll never guess what state it was for, because it doesn't make sense. It's super funny. It's for the state of Nebraska. It went out to Nebraska, one of the states that doesn't have any kind of like volcano things. Turns out the reason that it was sent to Nebraska was because they were trying to send out an alert for wildfires. And I guess they hit volcano instead of wildfire. Like, how do you make that kind of mistake? Imagine living in the middle of nowhere, Nebraska. There's nothing there. And you just get an alert that says a volcano's about to explode. What the fuck? It would be wild, dude. The other one that was really interesting was a nuclear, I think they just called it a nuclear plant warning. It's not necessarily. Your scrub ass internet cut the moment you said hi? Well, damn. Supa, what is a chismosa? I'm assuming it's chismosa. But the other one that was sent out was it was a nuclear alert warning. Only one has ever been sent out in the United States, and it was in the middle of New Jersey, and it was sent on accident because somebody was rewiring part of the alert system and like touched the wrong wires, and it sent it to everyone. For the state of Nebraska. Oh, a Gossip Girl. Got it. We're looking for good tea at work or school. No, I was saying that the other thing you missed was there's only ever been one volcano alert warning in the history of the United States, and it was sent out in Nebraska. It was sent out on accident, but it was sent out in Nebraska. See, this ribbing looks really nice. It's very clean, very stretchy. I fucked up this stitch somehow, but we're just gonna pretend that it's fine. It's messed up here too. I think I turned it the wrong way is the problem there. But it looks good. Why even have that if Yellowstone's just gonna go, let me go in peace? It's more for like situations like Mount St. Helens when that happened. We didn't have the alert system during Mount St. Helens, but that's more when it would have been useful. But yeah, no, if Yellowstone goes, then, you know, I'm toast anyway. I don't have a job because I'm still in school, so I'm broke as hell. I get that. I used to work when I was in high school. It kind of sucked, but I had spending money to buy stupid stuff. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are you in like college or like high school? Of course, I'm assuming you're United States. That's not fair of me, but when I was in college, I was only there for a year, but I worked at the same time then too, and it sucked. I was so busy. I do not like being that busy at all. I worked 2 jobs for a little bit, fucking hated it. I don't understand how people do it. I'm so selfish with my time. Gotta do both loops. Come on. There we go. Actually, you know what I bet what happened down here was... No. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? It doesn't matter. I remember something. Your forklift driver got fired because of you? Oh, tell me more. I want to know more. Is this the one that was that knocked a bunch of shit down? I remember you sending me a video where a forklift driver like hit something, and a bunch of stuff fell, and it cost like a shit ton to replace. It's so much worse. Oh fuck, dude. One, two, three. Every once in a while, I just gotta count my stitches and make sure that I don't have like too many or not enough. Want to voice chat for a sec? It's a long story. Sure, give me a sec. Just go into the barrel. Oh fuck. Sorry guys. Smacked my... There we go. Oh shit, I'm doing the wrong stitch again. I need to get my shit together, dude.
Okay.
Your stupid fish.
Fish? Oh yeah, I forgot about the fish.
I did too.
Beyonce is laughing in the background because of that. Okay. So, one day I gotta go to a remote site. So I show up and I can see the whole cold freight crew coming back from some sort of HR, how are we doing, sort of feedback meeting and whatnot. Unimportant, but they're going back towards the cold freight docks, which is where I'm going to go do something else. And supervisor comes and talks to me about putting up a new camera because that's what one of the things I handle as part of my job is getting cables running, mounting cameras. And he says he wants it on the backside of the whole freight building. There's just a road out there. There's nothing there. It's just a road and a door to the backside, like emergency fire exit. So I'm like, yeah, I can get that done probably next week or whatever. And so I get the camera and everything. I get it over there the next week, and I'm on a lift, 20 feet in the air, mounting the camera, and one of the forklift drivers comes out like, hey bro, which way is that camera gonna be facing? I'm like, well, this year we're gonna have the camera facing this way, and then next year on next year's budget we're gonna have another camera facing the other way. He's like, cool. So he walks over between some pallets and a dumpster, starts taking a piss on the wall.
Oh my god.
I
What the fuck?
I yelled at him. I yelled at him in Spanish. You little nasty ass. Go take that shit elsewhere.
Wow.
Nobody wants to see that little thing. So yeah, he just started pissing on the wall. And I'm 30 feet in the air, and I basically gotta watch this. I haven't got the camera up yet, but so I get the camera up and I go talk to manager in private, and I'm like, I know who your pisser is. And he didn't tell me anything about that yet. So he's like, okay, keep it down, because I gotta get him in the act before he gets fired. So yeah, not even 2 weeks later, I'm just doing my job. Not even 2 weeks later, manager just texts me Will, I need you to archive the footage in the secret way you can. And I'm like, all right. What time and date? And he tells me the time and date. And there he is. He walks out right in between the same pallets and dumpster, starts taking a piss, and as he comes back in the building, uh, double fingers right above his head, flipping off the camera.
What the hell?
Uh, yeah. Um,
Wow.
that was the wildest thing I'd ever seen at this job.
That's fucking
Um,
crazy. I can't believe people do that. Like,
yeah.
there's bathrooms there, right?
Oh, tons, and they're on a forklift. They can just drive to one.
What the
The
fuck?
the issue with it was so we didn't even have a problem with him pissing on the side of the building because that's just whatever. But the issue with it is that he wasn't washing his hands, and he's handling product as it leaves our doors.
Oh.
So that's the part we were really pissed about.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Um, I
Like,
got one more story from my previous job that I just remembered as well, but I probably told this one.
oh, that's okay. I'm sure Stream hasn't heard it.
Um, so I used to work at a treatment center. Uh, I worked IT, same type of job, but I was more help desk focused. So I just fix things. But I was stretching into that network type of stuff, the cameras and whatnot. I was helping out the maintenance department with the smarter things about putting uh, a like a ring door camera system, like attendant thing
Mhm.
on a gate. Like so, someone would call a ring, like a ring device, and it would ring someone's phone, and
So
then
that they
they'd be
can
let
let
in the
them in
gate.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had that
that
in the
type of
roofing
system.
company. It was super nice.
Yeah, I was just putting that in brand new, and um, so the system's all good to go. Everyone's watching it because it's had a really rough start. It's been people say that they've been sitting at the gate for close to an hour and nobody answers the phone. So I'm like, I got my list of they're called house managers. They're basically camp counselors
Mhm.
that manage patients in the treatment facility. So I've been on the asses of my house managers that are supposed to be answering this thing, just double checking call logs and whatnot, and where the phone was, what if the phone was on or whatnot.
Mhm.
When was the last time someone turned it on? I can see all that stuff with an Apple manager and whatnot.
Right.
And I see that the gate usually gets I could start to see a schedule forming in the middle of the night where someone is leaving at like 3 a.m. and coming in at 4 a.m. So I'm just wondering, like, what is that for? Because why are people leaving and entering at 3 and 4 a.m.? So I start to look into the camera footage, and it's a house manager with one of our patient minivans. He's just chilling at the gate. There are 3 or 4 women in the van
Oh God.
with him.
Oh no.
Those women aren't our patients.
Jesus Christ.
Those women are not our patients at all. I had no clue who those people were. But he's coming in, and we figured out he was bringing whores into the treatment facility.
Wow. That's
Um,
wild.
yeah, at 3 to 4 a.m. he was bringing whores in for quick visits.
That's
Um,
wild. I don't know if it was better or worse that it weren't people from the facility. Probably better.
um, this like I knew that this kind of crap was capable of happening because this facility is so old school.
Mm.
Like every single computer there is at least 10 years old,
Oh.
and every single person there is at least 60. There's no cameras anywhere except for that front gate camera, and then I have one at the very end of the driveway. That's it. There's no cameras inside the facility. because HIPAA.
Wild.
So yeah, we found out that way. So this house manager, super charismatic guy, really nice guy. I was friends with him, but he ended up getting fired shortly after the reason quoted being over involvement with a patient, which
Oh,
is reserved for you are dating or having relations with a patient.
solid. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah. I got one more from that facility. The um, So IT is growing. We need to move to a new office. We were in like a 10-foot by 10-foot room, cramming 3 people in there, so nobody's got enough space. So we move all the way across the grass to family facility where we can get a bigger office that's like 15 by 18 feet.
Mhm.
So it's much easier for everyone to breathe in there. While we get moved out there, we're much closer to the maintenance facility. And I start growing, relationships with the maintenance guys, and I start to get into the maintenance. It's like the previous CEO's old house from the '80s that he built, like in the '80s, a $400,000 mansion. So like
Wow.
close to a $1.2 million mansion these days, but like '80s like mansion that's just all run down and it's now used as storage for like all the maintenance stuff, like tons of water pumps, tools. There's just a bunch of old furniture back in there, and then
Wild.
right next to it is the actual CEO's house. So I'm getting in there a lot more, and I we all go home one night, come back the next day, um, and maintenance supervisor comes in because he's I happen to be in the old admin building where all the other departments are,
Mhm.
and maintenance guy comes in and he needs a new company credit card because he's got to go buy all new equipment. And um we'll say Bob, like, Bob, why do you need to buy all new equipment? He's like, because the maintenance facility just got broken into and they stole all the tools and a patient van.
Oh,
Uh, they went straight in through the front door, drove right across the front of the CEO's house, which you're not supposed to do. Went into the old CEO building through a unlocked door. The keys to the van were right there,
whoa.
and the van was an old Chevy Venture
Mhm.
with a broken shifter. So in order to shift this van, you had to stick a screwdriver right down the shifter and push
Nice.
down on something and pull it and whatnot to get. They even left the screwdriver in the freaking shifter.
Oh
Like,
my
they
god.
figured all that out to steal it. Yeah.
That's
It
wild.
it was it was that bad. They just took all the equipment, put it in the maintenance van, and just left.
Wild. It reminds me of I used to work with a lot of permitting and with a major trucking company, and we would get anytime a truck was stolen, we would know about it because there was just like all sorts. There was a bunch of legal stuff that we had to take care of for permitting, in case they did things that were against the law in a truck that they don't own. Um, and I remember that being on an email chain for a company where all of the drivers for this specific company that we were, delivering for would park their trucks in the lot, leave them unlocked with the keys in them, and just walk away. And
Oh,
we had several trucks disappear from that lot because of that. Um, and the company that I worked with, like, they didn't buy like rundown piece of shit semi trucks. Everything had to be at least, well, when we would buy them, they were brand new. We only bought new trucks and then we sold them before their warranty was up so that we could get the full use of the
damn.
warranty. So like they're all brand new trucks basically, and people are just walking in and walking off with them. That
Oh,
was a
that's
great
where
email
where was
chain.
that place?
That
Let
one
me
was
know.
in Arkansas.
All right, a little too far.
Little far from you. I just thought that was really funny. It's very similar.
Yeah, all our patient vans were like at least 10-year-old Chrysler Pacificas, literally the worst minivan you can buy. And then all of our maintenance vans were um, one maintenance van was a uh, 1990s Chevy Astro that used to be a Quiznos van.
Oh my
And
god.
Quiznos closed down everywhere.
Yeah.
It's on par with that. They were all garbage.
Beautiful. That's the kind of facility I want my loved ones to go to. Showing up
Oh
in
yeah,
a van with
$28,000.
nothing.
$28,000 for adult care. 45,000
per
for
year
childcare
or
for 28 days
what the fuck?
of 24/7 around the clock treatment
That's
in
wild.
like a place that looks like a little motel.
What the fuck? That's wild.
Um, the child facility is kind of a joke because the local school,
Mhm.
they call it the youth facility. The local school decided, um, so they like redid their whole, I guess you call it, punishment system
Mhm.
for drug use offenses. So the school figured out that sending kids to treatment for 45 days straight is really disruptive to their education and ends up just making them drop out of school faster,
Yeah.
since they no longer know what the heck's going on in math class or English class.
Yeah.
They're not reading the book in whatever class. They have no clue what's going on by the time they get back.
Sure.
Um, so the youth facility, on average, has around 8 kids. I
Wow.
would say 7 of them are male and 1 of them is female.
That's weird.
The uh, the youth facility also had an issue for a little while where uh, youth patients were climbing into the ceiling, walking across the rafters, and going to the other. So the facility is broken into like 2 wings across from each other.
Mm.
There's the boys' side and the girls' side. Um, the boys would be climbing into the ceiling, walking across the rafters through insulation, like loose insulation, so they can't see the actual rafters on their feet.
Mm.
Um, just to go to the girls' side to go hang out with the girl over
Wow.
there. Yeah. Uh, so there are once that if that ever happens, there's a protocol for basically suicide watch where you're going to check in on them every 15 minutes,
Wow.
24/7.
That's gross.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it,
I
but
didn't
gross.
I did not like working there at all.
I don't blame you. That sounds terrible.
I only lasted a year and a half there. All that crap happened in a year and a half.
That's wild, dude. What the fuck?
It was like monthly that shit would go down, and it was just like so difficult to deal with.
I'm sure. It's hard using the bathroom that way. I'm sure they're probably escorted to a bathroom or something like that. Or they just pissed in the
Oh yeah,
room.
you got like you basically got a house manager hanging out with you 24/7.
It reminds me of way less sinister, but there was I remember in high school we were trying to get into the band room early because we wanted to get ready for practice, but my instructor wasn't there and he would unlock the room. So instead of waiting for him like normal kids, a bunch of the band kids lifted the smallest person into the ceiling, and he climbed over the door and down the other side to let us in.
Oh, I love it.
But when he
I
fell
love
down
it.
the other side, he landed directly in front of our instructor.
Oh no.
And my instructor was like, I appreciate you guys' willingness to get started right away, but please don't do that. The kid didn't get in trouble or anything because my director, he was really cool about it. But like,
Oh my god.
he was scared shitless because our band director was really scary. I think he was ex-military, and he was really, I don't want to say harsh, but he pushed you really
Had
hard.
commanding presence.
Yeah. He wasn't very tall, but holy shit, he was terrifying. Um, so landing in front of that, terrifying, commanding type director when doing something you definitely shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
I think he
Oh.
got away with it because he was the guy that was lifted up and over was one of those kids that was like straight A, could do no wrong. Like,
Oh, he had a yeah.
I don't want to call him a goody two shoes because like he was very talented and very intelligent.
Couldn't bear lose his best piccolo player.
It was a trumpet player, but yeah, pretty much.
Trying to think if I got anything else. Other than that, I only really got the gripes of the job. House managers lasted on average a month before they'd quit.
Understandably.
This one time I got caught driving a gator. You know what a gator is?
Yeah, I know what that is. For those in chat who don't know what it is, it's like a tiny, like, more rugged golf cart.
Yeah, it's a little car. So this one was shaped like a truck, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm IT, and I'm getting to know the maintenance crew a bunch. And this one time, the maintenance guy was like, "Here, you want to try and drive the gator?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, that sounds fun." So we're literally just driving it across the field, nothing in it. We're just running across the field. I drive it one time, and someone sees me, and all of a sudden I'm in so much trouble, even though it's not written anywhere that IT can't drive the gator. It's not like there's no actual rule about it. Someone's just mad that I went out and drove the gator.
The worst.
I was I was not taking any shit at that point. I was what did I say? I I just kept reiterating that I understand that you're mad at me, but I never broke any rules.
Yeah.
Since there was no policy, there's no like actual like rules happening here. There's like I understand that you're mad at me, but I didn't break any rules.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't get mad at the maintenance guy because again, there's no rules here.
Yeah, that sounds about right. My husband's kind of going through the same thing right now. There's someone on his team that's like really weirdly petty about stuff, and it's just extremely frustrating for him. So the area that we work at the same place. You've got like a middle section, like it's kind of shaped like an oval. You got all the desks on the outside of the oval, and then the middle is where like the printers and stuff are, and then there's a walkway all the way around it, kind of like a racetrack. And everyone, when we were hired, we were told very specifically that it was a regular occurrence for people to, on their breaks or, every once in a while, to stand up, walk around the oval, and go back to their desk, because it's like a fourth of a mile if you do go all the way around or something like that. Regular occurrence does not take long to walk around. It's not that big a deal. Well, apparently she complained about him getting up and walking. And he got talked to by his manager saying he's not allowed to get up and walk anymore. And he said, but why? Like, what rule am I breaking? I was specifically told that this is something I could do. And they said, well, you're being a distraction. And he was like, what do you mean? There's only 4 of us here in the morning, because he works at the UK shift. It's like, there's 4 of us here in the morning. Who am I distracting? So he's very frustrated. He's dealing with very similar shit right now.
Fucking walking wall. Walking wall Kramer. That's fucked.
Yeah, it was wild, dude. I could not believe that he was getting in trouble for that. Especially since the company like takes a very strong point of like that kind of wellness should be encouraged. I told him
Yeah.
if they complain about it again, he should get it in an email so he could send it to HR.
Yeah. Straight up.
Because that's fucking
Or if it
ridiculous.
happens again in person, write an email summarizing, okay, I just want to make sure that we're clear on what we spoke about today. I am not to walk around in circles during my shift. I will refrain from distracting everyone, all that sort of stuff. And just summarize what they said and send it to them. And
CCHR.
CCC HR on it.
Yeah, pretty much. I love all this tea, dude. I could talk for days about my job. My job is a fucking mess right now, but I also
Yeah.
the specific stuff that I work with is a little bit I don't want to say confidential, but it's stuff that I shouldn't be talking to the general public about. So I can't talk about everything.
I just work in beer, but not a actual beer company.
Yeah. Yeah, I work with
Um,
advertising, so I see a lot of things before they come out. So I can't talk about that.
I had a very similar experience with my previous manager. Oh, I outlasted my previous shitty
Nice.
which was nice. So Washington State is throwing up some laws about how much you can abuse computer people that touch servers and network equipment computers
Okay.
after hours, like after their regularly scheduled hours.
Nice.
Basically, Washington is creating a new minimum wage for computer people that is, when it started, it was like 47,000 or something, and right now it's like almost 80,000. I think it's 81,000.
Wow.
So when I was starting my network junior network admin role, I was put at literally the bare minimum. I was put at the minimum wage for a computer person so that they could call me for hours if something was wrong, because my whole team's remote. So I am really the one that goes in, fixes the server if it needs physical attention.
Right.
The This is just to keep me at like a salary level. The next year, Washington raises their minimum wage again. Minimum wage multiplied by some value is the computer person wage, so it affects the computer person. Um, the Is that Ryan Gosling? No.
It is.
uh,
It is Ryan Gosling. On
the
my stream, the picture is Ryan Gosling. The person chatting
Oh,
is not
okay.
Ryan
I was like, oh
Gosling.
god. Yeah, that's Ryan Gosling. She's making the sweater.
Yeah, I'm making this sweater.
The minimum wage is going up every freaking year, and I finally get a raise that's just not good enough. I think the minimum wage for computer people went from like 64,000 all the way up to 75,000.
Wow.
And holy cow, that was a big old number change. So I need to go back to I'm no longer salary anymore. I need to go back hourly. And my boss at the time assures me that even though I'm going back to hourly, nothing's going to change. We're just not going to call you after hours because of overtime and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you're off the hook for all the downtimes and whatnot.
Right.
Come to find out that so now I'm hourly. I have to clock in and I have to do all that crap. My manager just cannot fucking stop micromanaging me about my hours. So I start setting up alarms. Literally, so the very first week, I clock in at exactly 7 a.m. And then exactly 11:30, which that's the first thing that pissed him off. I didn't take an hour lunch. There's no law requiring me to take an hour lunch, and there's no rule in the handbook that requires me to take an hour lunch.
Right.
It was offered to me as a salary person, but I'm not salary. So now I'm on the clock. So I take my half-hour lunch. Um, Turns out if you start at 7 and you take a half-hour lunch, you get off at 3:30.
Yeah.
My boss had no idea. No freaking idea. So, it's 3:45 and I'm offline. He's like, "Where you at?" Like, "I left for the day. 3:30." Freaking pissed.
I'm sure he loved that.
Um, and I literally get a call right then and there, right after I said I left for the day. Get a call right then and there. I'm like, "Yeah, dude, count it out. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 to 12:30 is my half hour, then 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30. That's 8 hours right there."
Yeah.
It's like, "What?" 'Cause he originally hired me as an 8 to 5, but he said my schedule is whatever I need it to be. So I was like, "Alright, sweet. I'm gonna switch to 7 to 4. 7 to 4 is easy."
Yeah.
But now I'm hourly. 7 AM is now 7 to 3:30,
Yeah.
and I'm getting off early. Uh, he was pissed about it, but there was nothing he could really tell me about it because, as he stated, overtime is not allowed unless approved.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
that was the first thing I pissed him off with. The second thing I pissed him off with was weaponized incompetence.
Oh, I love doing that.
Uh, so he kept nagging me about my times and whatnot, and he was still pissed off about me leaving at 3:30. So I just started intentionally missing my lunch punches. Didn't change my start time or my end time. I went to HR and all that stuff about my start and end times, and pulled up an email from frickin' 4 years ago where he said my hours would be 8 to 5, but I'm welcome to change them and whatnot. Pulled up an email from 4 years ago where that was the deal.
Well,
Um, and he got a little talking to. The weaponized incompetence worked pretty well because he kind of just stopped talking to me.
is this real life malicious compliance? Yes, it is. It sure is. We were talking about T from work and stuff. We were trying to
Yeah,
help just let me talk get through some homework.
this all was happening in like January, February, and he got fired in May.
Nice.
So I outlived him.
Man, uh so we found out this is I only it's only somewhat related to this, but it's just a wild thing. So, growing up, we went to my mom's primary care doctor growing up. It was the same doctor when she was pregnant with us, when you know, when we were growing up, all this stuff. And then suddenly she wasn't available anymore. And I mean, it was about the same time that I moved out, anyways. And I didn't like her because she kept telling me, like, that's just how things are. And, like, don't question me type responses to questions that I had about my own health. Um,
Ugh.
a little bit later, um, our city opened a new hospital. So all of the hospitals around here, I don't know if it's true everywhere. I know that my city is a little weird when it comes to hospitals, but most, if not all of them, are funded by some sort of like nonprofit group. So you have, like the insurance companies, the church companies, all that kind of stuff, right? They opened a hospital that was owned by doctors, led by doctors, stuff like that. And it just happened to be closer to where I lived. So I was like, oh, I'm going to look into them and see, if they have a doctor that I could go to, since I was having some issues and, whatever. And that doctor from when I was a kid was there. I was like, this is really fucking weird. I thought she just stopped doing doctor work. I thought she retired. I didn't think anything else about it because I was like, it's weird. I didn't like her. I'm going to someone else anyway, whatever. My sister works as a coder for medical companies. So she would put in everything into your chart basically, and then send it to insurance companies. Um, she worked at the same company that this doctor was, or no, at the company that the doctor was originally. So the group that we went to as a kid. And she found something about the old doctor that she was fired for breaking HIPAA laws. And I was like,
Oh,
what the fuck is that? I was so pissed when I found that out. I mean, like, the likelihood of her saying something about me is really low, but like, the fact that she was fired for that and she was still allowed to continue being a doctor somewhere else is ridiculous. You can
right.
call me Goober. Oh, okay, we can do that.
The last the last got HIPAA, the only time I say HIPAA ever actually.
Your internet's dying. Rip Supa. Rip
Will
Supa's
do.
internet. Oh, jeez. I need to let him know it died.
How about now?
Hello?
How about now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. This is Steam. I started up Steam and it tried to download.
Oh.
I'm on a mobile connection
Oh,
right
okay.
now because my internet is actually out. Okay. The only time that HIPAA ever actually mattered at my last job was so our youth facility only gets 10 patients
Right.
ever. Um, so I was doing some server upgrade or something, like some big server upgrade. This is the first time we've ever spent $20,000 on a computer before, and I built this BA machine
Mhm.
that I had to measure performance differences between the electronic health record before and after
Okay.
the setup. So I'm like, the best test I can think of is just going to all patients and then hitting the down button really fast and seeing how fast that is and how many patients I can get through within a certain amount of time. Like that's
Okay.
probably the best benchmark because it's a freaking electronic health record. I don't have any benchmarks. Uh, I'm going really fast through all the patients and uh, I get to the letter of my mom's maiden name, and I see my nephew
Mhm.
in a treatment record. His picture's not taken yet, but I see his records created and whatnot. I'm like, whoa, I know that name. I stop, and I'm like, oh crap, he doesn't have the same name as me, so nobody knows it yet. But if I hover here for too long, someone's gonna say something.
Yeah.
So I just keep going by doing my test, and every now and again I like slow down on that one and just double check. And then it took like 3 or 4 days, and the picture came in, and yep, that's him. And he started his intake assessment, and so I get to a secluded computer that I can actually look this up on.
Mhm.
And it's the lamest shit ever. It is the lamest shit ever. He's in for weed at school.
Oh.
Lamest thing ever. I was so disappointed
If
that
you're
it
gonna go
wasn't
into
like
treatment, at least
anything
go in
good.
for something hard.
Literally, freaking $40,000 of treatment right here.
Damn.
Going for freaking school marijuana use.
What the hell? That's
I already
wild.
knew he was doing weed.
So done with my math shit. I'm just gonna Google it and go to bed. I get it. I was a music major. I didn't have to take math.
I did a I did a I had to understand a little bit of electrical engineering and a little bit of computer engineering, not computer science, computer engineering.
Mm.
And God, that was awful.
Yeah, I know.
All numbers are made up.
Shock was telling me that in order to get cybersecurity, at least at the college he was at, he had to take calculus 2, and he hated it.
I still haven't had to take calculus. The worst part was just the overcomplicated algebra.
I never had to take calculus. I wanted to take statistics in high school, and they told me I didn't need it, so it wasn't worth my time. So I didn't even take statistics.
Yeah, that thing you want to do, it's not worth your time.
Yeah, pretty
Don't
much.
bother.
Pretty much. Is dumb. Common theme. It's Joe. Most calc students struggle with the algebra more than the calc. I believe that.
I can see that. The equations were like trying to convert like coulombs into watts or something, or trying to figure out the frequency of something when you have these other values. Like it was all just rearranging these equations into the way that you were given, into the way that you need for the value that you want for the answer. It was just awful.
That
You make
sounds
one
irritating
mistake
as
and
fuck.
it's all screwed.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't take that.
Seeing if I can pull one up right now.
When do you usually live stream? I want to watch warm up. My eyelids are drooping. So I normally stream on Mondays at around between 7 and 7:30, and then Thursdays, same time. So I should say 7 to 7:30 Central time. And then I try to do one more during the week. Last week I wasn't able to because my dog got injured, so I had to watch over him. I was gonna stream on Wednesday, and then my dog got injured that day, and I streamed from the basement, so I couldn't go downstairs because he follows me, because he wouldn't be able to go down the stairs without hurting himself. So I didn't stream in extra time last week, but that last stream is kind of up in the air what day I do it. It's possible I do it tomorrow because Phasmo has its update. So we might be playing Phasmo tomorrow, but I can't guarantee 100%. Otherwise, yes, Thursdays and Mondays are always stream days. But you should get some sleep. Sleep is more important than a random anime girl on the internet. Homo.
Random anime girl in the middle of the Midwest.
True. Eating my corn and watching those naders.
Oh man, since you're American, are you technically a cartoon girl?
No, anime is specific to a Japanese style. At least in America. I'm glad for the stream. It's a good thing in my day. I'm sure that the laughing fish just makes it so much better.
You're an anime in the same way as Static Shock.
I'm anime in the same way that like Avatar: The Last Airbender is anime.
Oh yeah, there you go. Avatar. It's another one.
Or Ruby.
Oh, Jake Long, American Dragon.
Oh Christ! Don't let me in with that. I did not like that show that much.
Oh, I just accidentally knocked my headphones off. Okay. God.
I'm used to unusual things. So real for that. You said you're on a mobile connection. Do you have like a limited amount on the hotspot or anything?
You know, I don't know what the limit is, but I don't give a hoot. If
Hotspots
I
can
go
get
over, I
expensive
go
though.
over. Yeah, if you're poor.
Damn. You're not wrong, but damn.
Oh god. All right, I'm done looking at these stupid equations again.
Fair.
Okay, last one. That's done. Okay, get it. Close it. Close the tab. God.
We made a lot of progress on this. That's a lot of ribbing to get done.
Yeah, it looks good.
Thank.
Only one?
Yeah, only one. I only ever give one thank. Have you not been watching
Stingy?
stream? I only ever say one thank. Why use many word when little word can do?
Times that tough, eh? Oh, what's gas prices for you?
It is the last I saw was $4.99. I haven't left the house this weekend, and I work from home on Mondays, so I won't know until tomorrow if it's really bad or not.
682 for regular.
Oh, jeez.
I went to the reservation to get gas.
Hmm.
$4.23.
Wow.
I filled up on that bitch.
I'm sure I would too. God damn. I'm
You're
learning to
learning to
drive
drive
this
this
month, and
month.
it's
It's
got to
got
be
to
an
be an
EV.
EV.
Cornac has an EV, or had an EV. He had a very early EV for what it's worth, but he said that it was not worth it in his case. Not because it was like a bad car or he used it too little or anything, but he said that the batteries on the old EVs are notoriously unreliable, and he had to have it replaced, and it was almost the same cost as a new car.
Yeah, the Tesla Model 3 battery pack is $13,000.
Yeah. I mean, if you get like a
And once they
Nissan
get
Leaf
10
or
years
something
old,
like that, it's probably way better, but
those ones are actually 4,500.
yeah, that's
It's about the worth of a Nissan Leaf.
sure, but you're probably going to be
uh,
paying about that in fucking gas in the coming months.
what's nice about the Nissan Leaf battery pack replacement though is you can actually get upgraded cells, so you can take your 60 to 100 miles of range and turn it up to 120 to 150.
Wow.
It's like makes the car usable.
I
My
mean,
parents will be getting your car. It won't be a Tesla.
true. That's probably for the best. Oh
Oh,
my
we gotta
god.
buy American. Gotta support our economy in these trying times.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Morals aside, I don't want to get keyed all the time. That's fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah. While the whole government thing with that Tesla CEO was going on, man, those things were not what you wanted to be driving.
I was shocked that there's like 3 Cybertrucks in my town. It is wild to see. I don't understand.
There's like 10 or 20 here.
It seems
they're
like
they're common enough. I see them once a week.
that's crazy. I don't see them that often. Most of the time I see one of them at Costco.
Yeah, that'd be like the spot if I was gonna go look for one
Yeah.
to key. That'd be the spot.
To key, specifically to key them.
No, jump on the lift gate and jump on their truck bed cover. If you jump
No,
on that, it's never gonna close again.
just take off the wheel covers. You could just pull them off.
Yeah, they're hubcaps. Oh,
Just dump water on them.
oh, we got an ad. I thought I just died.
No, there's an ad.
Took a second to load.
Yeah, I can't do anything about ads. I'm forced to run them.
Yeah, I can't do anything about ads. I'm not giving Jeff Bezos another fucking penny.
Yeah, I know, right, dude? Oh my god. That's why I say it a lot in when people sub with Prime. Like, that's $4 that Bezos doesn't get. That's all that matters
there
to
you
me.
go. Yeah, if I'm gonna give you $6, I'll just go give you $6.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little different when it's people that you know IRL. IRL-ish. Good night. I'm only getting 7 hours of sleep. It's so worth it. Okay, if you say so, but you gotta actually go to sleep. I'll see you on Thursday. Supa, I don't think we'll be there on Thursday. Supa is a rare appearance on my stream.
I'm Monday only.
Sleep is uphill for me these days. I get that. I started taking my anxiety medication again, and it gives me restless leg syndrome, which is really hard to deal with.
Oh. I started taking Sudafed so I can breathe.
Ooh.
It's nice. But it does give me high blood pressure.
Oh, that's not good. Everything comes with a downside these days.
Yeah.
I had stopped taking my anxiety medication for a long time because I was like, oh, I don't need it that bad, and I don't want to have to continue paying for it. So I was off of it for years, right? Like it wasn't like something that was a big deal. But then things just kind of kept getting worse and worse, and then the war started in Iran, and there was a threat of nuclear war, and I was like, I can't. Like, my nerves were so shot that I was basically catatonic. It was really bad. So I was like, okay, well, I have to do something.
Girl, you're in a cornfield, all right? Ain't nobody bombing that.
No, we're right next to Stratcom. If the United States gets bombed, we're getting bombed. But
oh man,
I was like, okay, you know, I have my anxiety medication still. I just haven't been taking it. I'll just go ahead and start taking it again. And all of the side effects that I was just like, oh, this is just a thing that I have, started coming back. Things like the restless leg and trouble sleeping. Like, these were things that I had mentioned to my doctor, and he was like, oh, that's interesting, and said that, you know, that we'll just, you know, keep an eye on it, and never attributed it to the anxiety medication at all. It wasn't until I started taking it again and they started coming back that I realized it was a problem. So now, because of all of that, I'm also dealing with, I was getting tested for narcolepsy because I was falling asleep at work. Like, literally, I would start typing a sentence and fall asleep while typing. That's not like normal just being exhausted. That's something else.
Yeah.
That didn't start up again until I started taking anxiety meds again. So I need to change it. But just going in to see my doctor, I get charged for time with the doctor and also time in the building. So it feels not worth. Like, it's so ridiculous. And like, it's even worse because when I went to go see my doctor last, he charged me for like half an hour with him, and then the building charged me for 45 minutes in the building. So they charged me for the time I was waiting for somebody to come see me
Kiss
too.
my ass with that bill.
I was so mad.
um. Oh God. Um. I know you and Shock both have like good paying jobs now, but if you're
Well,
ever
not
like
really,
in
but
a situation, I know, but like I've seen worse with you.
yeah.
If you're ever in a situation that's bad like that, go figure out the financial assistance, because if you're like they set up pay scales where if you're like at one times the federal poverty level or like two times federal poverty level, they set discounts on those multiplications.
Mhm.
So like if you're three times the federal poverty level, you get like 25% off. If you're like two times you get like 50% off, and like three times you get 75% off, and then if you don't make a certain amount, they'll like, all right, treatment's free.
Huh. Yeah, I'll have to look at that because I'm sure that I know that we're above the poverty level, but not by much. So
Oh
it'd
yeah,
be worth looking at.
it still will work. Um, you all you got to do is just look up the name of the hospital and then just financial assistance.
Yeah. Let's see. I have a ton of messages over here. Hold on.
I know.
I
I'm
tried
trying to read
taking a
too.
sleeping pill at one point, and I did that, and I couldn't sleep because I couldn't bear having legs unless I was bicycle kicking. So one thing that I learned when I was struggling with it the first time is like the best way to handle it is to not fight having to move your legs a little bit. It's better to move them just a little bit and fall asleep moving them than to try and fight it, because it's only going to make the feeling worse. I thought that was really interesting, and that helped me a lot when I was going through it. Let's see. That's why I started crying when you
God.
started talking about our loved ones dying. That's fair. I think a lot of people are going back on anxiety and depression meds. True. Fucking true. When I DM'd you like 2 weeks ago and said thinking of you, I was thinking about that stuff, and I tried to spend time with loved ones, and that's all I've got. Yeah, I get it. It's all we got. You got to make time for the ones that you care about.
Yeah.
It's funny because Supa and I have known each other for, it feels like 20 years. We've known each other a really long time. Longer than anyone in the barnyard. I've never met him in real life.
Probably 20.
It's pretty close to 20.
I was like 13, 14? 14.
14. So that would be
14
like
when Minecraft came out.
15 years-ish.
Yeah, like 15, almost 16 years.
Yeah.
Because like Minecraft came out and then like they were at 1.0 within 2 years.
Yeah, and we played before 1.0. I remember that.
Oh God. Trying to remember what I had a minute ago. I forgot it.
Oh, fuck. Finger gets stuck on the yarn. It's fucking ridiculous every time.
Oh, I should refresh the stream.
Oh.
So I have ads blocked, but every time an ad comes up, the stream freezes and then goes offline.
Oh,
So I
that's
have
weird.
to just wait for the ad to end and then refresh the page.
That's really weird.
Hey, I don't get ads.
That's fair.
Freaking Jeff Bezos embedded it into the stream, so
Yeah, you
this
can't
is the
fight
only
it.
way.
Yeah. Dumb. Did you...
Are the meds making you feel better?
Are the meds making me feel better? I think so. I I found out that the amount I was taking when I was being so the doctor that I saw that originally prescribed the anxiety medication just put me on a ridiculous dose. And I didn't think it was ridiculous. I didn't know that it was a ridiculous amount. Um
No frame of reference, right?
yeah, no, how am I supposed to know? I don't work in medicine.
That's the doctor's job.
Exactly. So he was giving me this ridiculous amount. I go to a new doctor because that guy retired. So I go to a new doctor and he said, you know, if this is an amount that works for you, I don't want to change it because I don't want to cause problems. So if this works for you, and I didn't know that it wasn't working for me because I didn't know that those side effects were side effects, I'm not going to change it. So I stayed on that amount. So when I started taking it again, I took it at the amount that I was taking before. Uh, and I was like, I feel like shit. This is awful. And so I did a little bit of looking because, like, I'm not about to tell my message my doctor and be like, hey, I stopped taking this medication. How much should I take if I haven't been taking it for a long time? So I looked it up and I was supposed to be on, and I'm not even kidding, 1/6 the dose that I was taking.
Oh.
So, they considered a third of the dose that I was on, a high dose. And I was on 6 times. Like, it was, I was so mad when I was reading that. I was like, no wonder I feel like shit. So I started taking, I was taking like 1.5 pills. Now I'm just taking a half of one. And I feel way better. I know that my anxiety is extremely bad, so like being on a higher dose makes sense, but that high of a dose is kind of ridiculous. So fucking crazy.
I had a similar issue when I was like 10. No. 7. So I had a prescription for God, what is the Adderall XR.
Mm.
I was 7. I was 62 pounds, maybe 55 on a good day. So they hooked me up with Adderall XR. They started me at 5 milligrams. He's still not working. He's still fighting, and he's still not paying attention in class. So they bumped it up to 15 milligrams. Still not working. He's still fighting, not paying attention in class. They bumped me up to 30 milligrams. 55 pounds.
That's wild.
And I don't eat. I don't eat anything because, of course, one of the symptoms of Adderall is you lose your appetite.
Yeah.
So like there'd be a plate of nachos in front of me, and it's like, yeah, those look good.
I don't want to eat. Yeah.
Yeah, they look really good, but I don't really want any.
Yeah, I get you.
That was literally all I'd say to my teachers. My teacher's looking at me, and I'm 7 years old, way underweight. Like you can see my ribs and stuff. Like you gotta eat though, but like no, I don't really want any. You got any more of those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, the little tiny ones? Like, you can't just be eating those. I'm like, yeah, I can eat those.
Yeah, pretty much.
Those.
I get that.
I withheld. So like, lunch wasn't free back then. They didn't make it free yet, so I had to go to school with like $20, and that'd last me like 3 or 4 months worth of school lunches. So one of the times I like ran out of money or something, and I figured out I could get those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, the little Uncrustables, for free if I didn't have any money in my account, and I didn't have to deal with any of the menu changes or getting something I didn't like. So I intentionally withheld $20 and started getting Uncrustables, and it was like a month or so of Uncrustables straight. And the school administration calls my mom, and they're pissed because I look the way that I do, and I look like a little freaking
like a Wendigo.
I'm the white version of of Starvin' Marvin from South Park, literally. Uh, um, and my mom said, no, I sent him to school with $20. What did he do with it? Why isn't it applied to his account? And they pull me in. And I was like, oh, well, I like the Uncrustables more. From that point on, I could just ask for an Uncrustable if I wanted one.
That's funny. That sounds like a strong case of autism.
It was my food.
Yeah. I get it. I understand. The autism is strong with anyone who knows me.
What was funny is that back then I didn't even have an autism diagnosis. All they were treating me for was ADD.
I don't officially have one, but pretty much everyone else in my family does. So it feels pretty accurate to say I'm more than likely have it as well. I'm just not paying to go get one. Fuck that. It's not going to change anything.
Yeah. I got a burger in my pants, but I don't call it the actual name because fuck that guy.
Yeah.
If you look up some of the history of that, how that syndrome got found out, it was just straight up just testing on tards and outcasts, like brutal.
I
And
believe
this guy got honored with his name as the treatment, or as the diagnosis, not the treatment but the diagnosis.
Well, they don't call it
so
that
like
anymore anyway, so oh fuck.
Yeah, so it's not called that way anymore, but
that's what it's officially called in your chart.
Yeah, to say the exact specific genre of Tismo I have. I got burgers in my pants.
That's funny. It makes sense. Oh my god. This is such a pain in the ass to move back and forth like this.
Are you bringing them together?
Well, so
Like
I have pulling this so it doesn't come undone. I've done the back panel and I did both of the front panels and they're sewn together. You can kind of see the seam here. So all I'm doing is adding the bottom so that when you put it on, it has like that spot that kind of clings to your body more so that it keeps the warmth in.
Yeah, the ruffly.
Yeah, they call it ribbing.
Ribbing.
Yep. But I have to do this before I can do anything else because I'm putting a zipper in it. And until I finish making this, I don't know how long of a zipper to buy.
Right.
So.
You have to buy zippers at an exact length.
Well, you can buy longer ones and cut them, but the longer they are, the more expensive they are. So you kind of want to base it on the correct length. And also, if you get the right length, you don't have to, like the end of it, of a zipper. I don't have anything with the zipper here, but you know, they have like at the end of the zipper track on both sides, they have those hard parts that keep the zipper from coming off. If you cut a zipper, it won't have that anymore, and you have to put something on the end to keep it from coming off the end. And I don't want to do that. I mean, I could, but I don't want to have to. So I would like to get the right size from the beginning.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, shoot, coming out pretty good.
Yeah, I'm really proud of it. It's coming out way better than I thought. I was worried it was going to be really small, because so when you start a crochet project, you do like a square to see how big your stitches are compared to the person who designed it. to try and make sure you get the same sizes. And when I did mine, compared to the knit pattern, I had it 1-on-1. It was perfect. It was like, okay, well, if I do the biggest size of the pattern, you know, it was written in the 50s, so it's not designed for larger people. I was concerned that it wouldn't fit. I thought it would be too small. I still made it per the pattern, but I was worried. It might be too big for either of us.
Oh God.
Which is wild to me because how? How? But, you know, a sweater that's a little too big, I'm not going to complain too much. I like a big sweater.
But Ryan looks so good in it. It looks like it fits him perfect.
Well, it was probably knitted specifically for him.
Yeah, the measurements and everything.
He does look very good in it. I'm hoping that mine comes out half that good. I think it will, but crocheting this pattern takes a little bit longer than knitting it did. There's so many people who have done the knit version and are like, yeah, I've already got my sweater. And I'm like, God, I want to have my sweater. I have a full-time job.
I work for a living.
I have to pay for the yarn somehow.
That's exactly my biggest excuse when I used to play video games with a pretty toxic group of guys from school.
Mm-hmm.
It was like toxic as in like overly masculine, machismo.
Gross.
It was a Hispanic group, so it's closer to machismo.
Yeah.
The guys, like, they all worked at Intel, and so they worked for 3 days straight of 12 hours.
Okay.
And so they had like a 4-day weekend to go play games for 12 hours a day. And I had to work my 40 hours throughout the whole week.
Right.
And so my skills aren't as sharp as theirs, and I'm not picking it up as fast as them because I'm just not getting in the same amount of time. And and the guy's like, come on, this is my last name, so I'm not gonna say, but come on, Kauza, where's the old pro player? And I was like, dude, I got a job.
I got a job.
I work for a living, all right? Welcome back.
Welcome back, Nevaeh.
Worst part, it was Apex Legends when that came out.
Ugh. My nephew plays Valorant. And he's like, I forget what his rank is, but he's really high in ranks, like bordering pro. His high school team went to nationals. I guess high schools have esports teams now.
Oh man.
His team went to state, almost beat the lead team. His college that he's going to, they built their team around him, and he's been coaching them for at least a year now, and he's not even there yet. He starts there next year.
Damn.
Like, this kid's killing it, dude. We were watching him at state, and I don't play Valorant, but I know enough to be able to say to know what was happening here. It was like him and one other person were left, and the other person, or he ran up to the other person, and that person empties his magazine trying to get him. But my nephew is jumping back and forth with his knife out, just taunting him. And as soon as the guy starts reloading, he pulls out his pistol and one-shots him. And we're like, oh my God, is he toxic? What the fuck?
Oh my God.
It was wild. Yeah,
Oh
he's
man,
very good. I'm hoping the best for
it
him.
was, I was born too early for that. Too early for that.
Yeah. That's something that Shock says. He says if we had been born just a little bit later, you know, he could be a part of that. He says he feels a little. He was trying to become a professional league player, and he actually got really high up there. He didn't quite get it to professional, obviously, but he got really high in ranks and stuff. And his dad never really supported him too much on it. But his dad is
Of
trying to
course.
learn so much about what his nephew is doing. Um, and
Oh,
yeah, or Shock's just like that sucks. It feels bad because he never took the same interest in when I was trying to do it.
yeah. Oh God. Well, at least he doesn't make the same mistake twice.
Yeah.
Uh, man, while I was playing Minecraft, I would play this other game called S4 League, and it never had a ranked ladder. It was like really old school matches,
Mm.
but did have they did have like all the stats and whatnot. I remember back then I had a kill death ratio of just out of my entire account's age of 2.7. So there was a 200% chance that I would get a kill and a 70% chance that I would get a third kill by the time I died. I like I was like, holy crap.
That's funny.
I used to ruin I used to literally, since we didn't have matchmaking back then, I used to literally ruin lobbies coming into them if the uh, level of skill wasn't up to snuff
I believe that.
in the room.
I could never be like that. I am not good at video games.
I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Got the arthritis now.
Hell yeah.
God, I play those games for like 30 minutes now. I'm like, ow, my wrist hurts.
Yeah, I
This
have
is
to be
fun, but
careful
my
with
wrist
crocheting
hurts.
too. I get it. I broke a bone in my wrist, like right in here somewhere. And since then I have to be really careful with this wrist. So sometimes when I'm crocheting, I'm like, that bone is irritated again.
Oh, that might be the same bone I have issues with. Um, yeah, they're just way too close together.
They're really, really small. When I was in high school, I've told this story on stream before, but um, I used to be a part of the what did they call it? I forget what it was called, tech crew or something for marching band. So before every practice and before or after every practice, I would set up and tear down the field. So the I was a senior. Well, this was my junior year, but I knew that the people who was helping me were going to graduate, so I needed to train new people on how to do it as well. And I was training someone how to open the podiums, which basically open like a ladder, and then you open or you like lift up a platform and you lock that into place. Um, as I was showing them how to do that, they instead of opening it like a ladder first, they lifted up the platform. And before I could say anything, my director turns around and says, "I wish you wouldn't do that." And she drops it. She drops the platform and it smacks my hand right here. And it pushes
Oh,
one of these bones into my wrist and cracks a bone in my wrist. Uh, it took like 2 weeks. It never healed. And the pain just got worse and worse and worse to the point that I couldn't hold anything with this hand. And eventually we went to a doctor and they were like, "Yeah, it's broken. You have to be put in a cast because you can't be doing that shit." And the doctor was actually able to push on the bones in my wrist to push the one with the crack up and let me feel the crack in my bone. That was a
uh,
wild thing to feel.
So yeah, just rub your finger across this spot. Yeah, see the crevice right there? And that's
Yeah, you
supposed to be your
feel.
crevice right there.
Yeah, it was really weird. It was really weird. It wasn't painful. It was just weird. I missed the entire
Oh,
marching band season because of that. I was so pissed.
that's fucked. The seniors should have been training new people, not you.
Well, the seniors that had graduated the year before um, had only trained people that were 2 years younger than them. And then the seniors that were there after, like, kind of just stopped caring.
Yeah, of course.
It's kind of just what happened a lot. The seniors in general stopped caring, which I get it, but it still sucked. I
Man,
took
at our
over a lot of
school,
that kind of stuff.
yeah, at our school we had a lot of seniors doing pedo shit,
Oh,
going after freshmen.
that's not good.
18-year-old going after 14-year-olds. So I could see why they'd be like training someone only 2 years younger than them.
Well, that didn't happen to me.
The allegations were wild.
I believe it. Okay. I remember in middle school, my I was there was a rumor floating around that I was giving my boyfriend at the time blowjobs in the band room, which
Oh
was definitely
boy.
not true. I just thought it was
Blowjobs in the
ridiculous.
bedroom.
Yeah, I thought it was ridiculous. The lemonade iris didn't work. Let me fix it. Let me send it.
Refund. Refund.
Yeah, I could do a refund too.
Oh, it's your old model.
Yeah. I gotta remember how to do this. I think it's in here. And then...
Oh, this should be your band name.
That's not what I want. How do I do this? No, that's not. Where the heck is it? I don't remember how to refund things. Can you tell I don't do it very often? Good.
Anyway, blowjobs in the band room.
I mean, that's all there was to that story.
Uh,
Wasn't
you
Lemonade
get
Iris just
no
to switch
saucy
models?
revenge.
Lemonade is the name of the original model, and Sea Salt Iris is the other model.
Sea salt.
Yeah, Sea Salt.
Sea salt.
It was super cute when I had that model commissioned. I told her, these are a couple of things that I really enjoy, a couple of ideas that I have, but I want you to kind of, do what you want to do because you're very good at designing outfits. And she sent me the original first art, and she said, I hope it's okay. I hope I didn't go overboard. And I was like, you didn't, I promise. And then she wrote me a paragraph of this is based on a drink that we have in my country about that's a sea salt lemonade, and it's really refreshing and it reminds me of the sea, so I kind of just did a sea themed lemon theme. I hope it's okay. And I'm like, girl, you blew it out the water. This is great. I love it. You don't need to worry
Nice.
so much. What did I do? I did something wrong.
Nailed it.
Yeah, she nailed it. She did amazing.
Yeah, I like the new model.
Me too. It's really cute.
Now you just gotta finish crocheting the new model.
Yeah, I want to do that eventually. I just don't know how well I'm gonna do on that one. That one's gonna be difficult. That little bag with all the little charms, I think I'm just not gonna do those. If I do those, I'm gonna
Oh,
like make them out of clay or something.
oh man. Maybe just like simplify them and like stick on some bejewels.
Yeah, maybe. Were you
Uh,
there when I debuted that model?
I don't think I was.
Okay. So there's a story involving that. It's great. It is a fucking ridiculous story. So I was supposed to get it for my birthday. Which there was a slight delay already, which is fine. Oh my fucking god. I would rather get the model correct and, you know, like have it completely done and done well than sorry, I had to fix my camera because I really fucked it over. Then have it rushed, you know? So, that wasn't a big problem for me. But then I finally get it, and they had included all of the, like, cut pieces for the model itself. So I could see all of the art that went into creating the actual animation and everything, which is not normally included. Not a big deal to me. I thought that was kind of interesting. But I'm looking at this art, and they animated full frontal nudity. Like,
oh, you sent me this.
Yeah, everything was there, and for some reason, one nipple is blue.
I remember. I got Aaron Iris nudes.
Yeah, it was really fucking weird. And they had the little tattoo on there that said, what was it? Cum bucket. And I was
dumpster. I was like, oh, you're just a cum bucket, not a cum dumpster.
I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? So I sent a message to the artist. I said, hey, I really like the art. You guys did a great job. However, I noticed this, and sent the picture of the tattoo. I said, I don't know what happened, but this is super inappropriate to put on some random person's model. What happened? They said that the artist had their own model that they based mine on and had that on their model and forgot to take it off for mine. So they had to undo and redo part of it. And like make sure the nipples were the same color and take that tattoo off. It was wild, dude.
I never heard the end of that, but
yeah. So I have a fixed model now, but it was just wild. It was fucking wild to see that. I saw that like at midnight on my birthday. I was like, what?
Happy birthday.
The fuck? And then it turned out to be like the worst birthday ever anyway, but like, it was wild, dude.
What happened on your birthday that made it bad?
So, the company I work for was bought by another major company. That's
fun.
That it is whatever, you know. I had taken the day before off, or like the second half of the day before off or something for I remember. Okay. I had taken the day off before the second half of the day off for a root canal. Not for like the actual root canal, for them to place like the temp crown, right?
Yeah.
So on Friday, my birthday was on a Friday. The first thing that happened that day was seeing my model like that. Really upsetting. I go to bed, I wake up and I have to go to work. I work from home on Fridays. I log in and the first thing I see is an all hands meeting from the, like, not the CEO, but like the director of our city. And it can't be forwarded and it just said regarding work. Um,
Oh.
and everybody got it in our area. Not just my area. Like the people who worked in the city got this email. And the guy said, if you didn't already know, we are laying off uh, a large portion of the people that work here. And he starts listing off all of the departments that are being laid off. But he skips over my department and also Shock's department. There was a slide that included both of our departments that he just skipped over as well. Eventually he goes back and it said that we were safe. So I'm not being laid off. But we didn't know that for a while. It sounded like everyone in the city was getting laid off. We are not, but it was crazy. So all of us were like, how are we supposed to work right now when we know that, a good portion of the people that we work with now are no longer going to be here in the next couple months? It was just really bad. So at lunch, or no, it was right after work. So at like 5, I get off the computer. I still feel like shit, but I was really excited because we're about to go see Project Hail Mary. Project Hail Mary came out the same day. We were all planning, all of the barnyard and I were planning on going to see it together that night. As I'm getting ready, the crown that I got the day before, the temporary crown, breaks in half and just comes out of my mouth. And there's nothing I can do. I can't put it back. The dentist office is closed. They close on Fridays. So I can't do anything about it. I call them, I leave a message, and Chuck's like, are you going to be okay to eat popcorn at the movie tonight? And I'm like,
No.
I don't know. Like, I just can't use that side of my mouth, I guess.
Did they do a good job with the root canal? Were you able to feel like your nerves at all?
No. Like, so.
Oh, okay, they did it.
Yeah, they did a good job. The root canal itself, like they had put enough stuff on it, like the crown itself was really, really thin. They knew it was gonna break. Like there was just not a whole lot they could do about it, because of the tooth it was on and like how deep, how shallow it was and stuff. It was pretty bad. But I was just really frustrated because the day before when I had gotten that root canal, I came in and they were like, oh, she got locked out of her car. She can't come in right away. So it was already delayed. And then they had it done and I was like, I'm just going to have to get used to this crown because you're obviously trying to rush through it. It was just really rough. But then I spent, the rest of the night with the barnyard. We had, corned beef and then went to go see Project Hail Mary. So the rest of the day was great. It made up for the shit-tastic show that was the rest of the day. But God, it was fucking rough.
Show.
It was rough up until that moment.
God damn. I relate to your pain because I know how. So I've had a tooth that's been broken for like, I think it's been 5 years at this point. When I had first broke it open, it hurt bad, and it would be like every 2 weeks, it would be like the worst pain ever, and then for like 2 weeks, it would calm down. I was like battling infections with it, but I just didn't have any money to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I still haven't dealt with it anymore because there's at this point the nerve is dead. There's no point. It's a dead tooth. So the only thing I can do is get it pulled.
Right.
Which is nah. So I kind of relate to it. So I know how a freaking nerve feels when it's raw and open.
Yeah.
I was having trouble drinking cold and drinking warm things on that side.
Yeah. And it doesn't help. I know that you and I had talked about both of us having EDS. EDS affects teeth. So teeth are naturally weaker because of EDS as well, which does not help.
The worst part about it is I don't even remember what I broke my tooth on now.
Yeah. First time I ever broke a tooth, it was on fucking enchiladas.
The first time I broke a tooth, it was on Tootsie Pops. Uh, I was like still like 7 or 8. My dad bought me a bag of Tootsie Pops. So I went into the back room with the Super Nintendo, and I was just eating Tootsie Pops the whole freaking day. And I crunched down on one, and part of my tooth came out with the pop.
Ooh. Yeah, I was lucky. I was pissed because there was a bone in my fucking enchilada, but
Yeah, that's some shit.
it was a white person enchilada too. So like, why the
I was
fuck
gonna say.
why the fuck is there a bone in my enchilada?
I
We
was
know
gonna
you're
say,
using
well,
chicken
they're
breast.
Nebraskan enchiladas. They're not even that good.
Yeah, no, dude. It is well known that it is the white person place to get enchiladas where I went. But my grandparents took me there, so my tooth broke and it ruined the enchilada. It did ruin enchiladas for me for a while.
Yeah. That would ruin it. Oh man.
Just some bullshit. Thank God I got over it before I married into a Mexican family.
Oh, there you go.
I say that, but we only have enchiladas once a year, so. Shock's mom, the one that's full-blooded Mexican, doesn't like onions, so we only have them once a year.
Oh, what? How the hell are you Mexican and don't like onions? Onions is in everything.
She thinks that honey barbecue is too spicy.
Oh my god. I'm doubting you.
This is why I call them Mexican vanilla. I love them to pieces, but I'm German and I don't like sauerkraut. I guess, but they're like second generation immigrants. Like grandpa is from Mexico. It's pretty wild.
I'm pretty sure I'm on the same level as Shock then, because my mom's mom is probably from Mexico.
Mm. Or are you saying there was a bone in the enchilada that broke your teeth? Yes. Yes, there was a bone in the enchilada, and I bit down on it and it broke my tooth.
And then there was 2 bones in her enchilada.
Yeah. And I was pissed. When people ask me where my grandparents were during World War II, I tell them my grandpa was in the United States Air Force. Yeah. It's kind of frustrating because, you know, we live in a very white city. Our police force is pretty militaristic. So when we were having our enchiladas, normally we would also get tamales from a very specific restaurant from the Mexican side of the city, Little Mexico. And my in-laws were too scared to go down and get them.
Oh, all these brown people speaking their Spanish. So scary.
She is the brown person.
Meanwhile, all the Mexicans are just like, "Hey, fatty, want to get some tacos?"
Wait, your in-laws? Yeah, my in-laws. So to be fair, I consider them more of a family than my blood family. So I most of the time I just call them my family. Because I don't talk to my family very much. But yes, Shock is half Mexican. Half Mexican,
Wait,
half
Tara too?
Oh no, I still talk to my sister. I talk to my sister and my mom, just not as like every Saturday I get together with Colin's family and we have lunch. I don't do that with my family.
Right. I don't either.
Yeah. Why would the Mexican side of the family not want to go to Little Mexico? I know I've been stressed, but I'm missing something fundamental. Because we live in a city that is highly segregated, highly policed in the segregated areas. And during Christmas...
Oh, she's afraid of blending in, huh?
Yes. She's afraid of, like, ICE being a problem. Yeah. It had
She's
nothing
afraid
to
of
do
being
with
one of those
the
Mexicans.
Mexicans. She loves all of that in her culture and all of that. She just didn't want something to happen to her. And I don't blame her. So, brother's getting married in 5 days and I'm not touching it. Are you not going then? I mean, I don't blame you for not going. I wasn't invited to my brother's wedding, so. Not that I really think I would have wanted to go. He decided to spur of the moment to have a courthouse marriage. Yeah, pretty much.
I considered that, but I was like, what's the point?
Just get the paperwork done. That's it.
Yeah.
The only reason we had a big blowout wedding is because Shock's parents wanted one. I personally would have been fine courthouse, then going to a bowling alley or something. But they wanted a big party. It was worth it, but it wouldn't have been my first choice.
Courthouse, the bowling alley.
That shows how low my standards are. He had originally planned on a wedding, but he invited me, which is bizarre. I don't think about the future too much. I'm just here to help the world be better. I don't think that much about my personal matters. Yeah, that's fair. It's hard to focus on, everything going on. And then also have to deal with yourself. I feel like you kind of have to pick either yourself or the world at large sometimes. That's why I make silly little things like a sweater from a movie I like.
Wait, what movie was this in?
Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary.
Yeah. So, have you seen The Martian?
Girl, I have not seen movies since like 2002.
Okay, well, this movie came out in like 2010.
Okay.
I
was playing Minecraft.
So it's a hard sci-fi movie based on a novel by Andy Weir, who wrote The Martian, which is why I brought up The Martian. The premise is the sun is dying because of a microorganism, and we need to send scientists into space to check. There's a star that isn't in the area that isn't dying, so we need to figure out why that one isn't dying in order to try and save ours. So they send some scientists out to that, and they have to survive and bring it back. And that's kind of what it's about. It's my favorite novel. The movie is probably my favorite movie. It's really good. But that's why I'm making the sweater, because it's just super good. And the pattern, like I said, the pattern's been around since 1957 or something like that. It's a knitting pattern, but you can follow a graph while crocheting, so it's not like impossible to crochet instead. 10 out of 10 movie. I highly suggest it. It should be coming to streaming soon.
I was gonna say I'll look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
all I
think it's
use
out
now.
yet. It had just come out March 20th of this year, and then it did so well in theaters that they extended its run in theaters, so it got pushed back, like the streaming.
Uh,
So,
no, the last time I watched a movie, I went to see the Markiplier movie. That's the last movie I saw.
well, that came out not that long ago. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so like I didn't really watch movies before that.
I see.
But, you know, Markiplier didn't make a movie. He made a YouTube video that was in the theaters.
I didn't go see it. I'm not that interested in Markiplier.
It was very Mark sometimes.
That's probably a big part of why I succeeded. I like small content creators. I feel like it's such a hard. I've been watching a lot of videos about larger content creators right now and what they have to do to stay relevant, and a lot of them are getting arrested because they're doing stupid shit. And the
Oh,
amount
yeah.
of drama and just everything to be a large content creator is just fucking ridiculous. It's not worth it to me. I mean, if I were to get that rich and famous that I could do stupid shit, then maybe, but I do not expect that to happen. Nobody likes a nuisance
Oh,
streamer. Yeah, basically.
speaking of nuisance streamer, oh, which body cam? So I switched my YouTube completely pretty much from gaming videos to pretty much all body cam now.
Did you see the one from Iwu today? Or a couple days ago,
Was
I
it
think?
ChatGPT or was it TikTok prank?
It was the TikTok prank one.
Yeah, I was just gonna talk about that.
I
The
watched that
guy
one
that was
today.
he was running around with all of his group of friends in a Ford E350 van, which is a massive van. Uh, there was like 14 people would pull up to a car repair place like a Jiffy Lube or a Valvoline, and they would all jump into the bays and start working on cars, quote unquote, working on cars, while the head streamer would heckle the management over there about how they're not doing a good job and how he's going to bring all of his own people. Oh, he just got arrested and all that stuff. It was awesome.
Yeah. That was wild. I remember in that they were showing some of the interviews of the people who called the police. And one of the people said that he had pulled one of the kids out from underneath a car because the kid wouldn't have known that that car was just balanced on a 2x4 because the engine and the transmission were out. So it had to be lifted
Yeah.
up. So there's no way that kid would have known that because they don't do that, you know?
Yeah. And he got flack for it because he was on video pulling the kid out.
Yeah, so people were driving by his store and heckling him while he was trying to work. Johnny Somali also got hard labor. Clavicular has been arrested. Yeah. Clavicular got arrested for fucking with minors.
Ugh.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that always happen?
You get access to them and some people just can't say no. I hope people could do better without doing crimes to get big at content creation. Yeah, I want big creators to do well without being criminals. Like, genuinely, like, I want to be able to enjoy something on the internet without later finding out that they diddle kids or they're being, you know, dangerous drivers and fucking kill themselves or something like that because they don't know how to drive the fast car they just bought, you know, stuff like that. I would like to enjoy people without worrying about the consequences of liking that person. It just doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah. Need more Tom Scotts. Just like make videos for a long time, just absolute banger after banger after banger, and just be like, I'm done.
Then
Matt
leave.
Pats.
Yeah. I found a pretty odd one who gets 1,500 views on Twitch without getting sentenced to hard labor in South Korea, a pedophile, or running people over. I gotta check what my phone battery is at. 14%? We could probably do a couple more rows here. Yeah, I really dislike how current, I guess, meta for content creators is, especially real life content, like real life streamers, if that makes sense. Like the people that just
IRLs.
go out, yeah, they just go out and do stuff together, and then that's their stream. Because a lot of them right now we're streaming like them driving, and we'll be replying in chat to people while they're driving.
Yeah,
That
that should be straight
scares
up
the shit
against
out of
toss.
me. Like, that's, I've seen a couple of videos where the streamer then hits somebody or like flips their car and stuff. It's so stressful. I hate it so much. And because people see
Yeah.
their favorite streamers do it, they're going to be more likely to do it. Like, it drives me crazy when I see anyone using a phone while driving. If I were to find out that they were
Yeah.
also streaming, like, streaming takes a lot of mental power. Like, it doesn't feel like it should, but it does. Like, fuck you guys. Fuck you so hard. Yeah, no reckless driving.
I showed you the video of when I got in a crash
Yeah.
in front of a Costco, right?
In front of Costco. You showed me the one where it totaled your car.
Yeah, that was the one.
Oh, okay, okay.
I had a fat dent in my forehead.
I believe it. I mean, it sounded like you hit the dash pretty hard. Or the wheel pretty hard.
I hit my head on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
My airbag deployed, but I was hit hard enough and fast enough that the airbag didn't fully inflate in time.
Ooh. My state driver's manual had to say no streams while driving. Ridiculous. I wish there was a push in my state for a while to make it a primary offense, where if they see you with the phone, they could just pull you over. But then they stopped pushing for that, and it's still a secondary offense. It's so annoying because, like, why not just make it a primary offense? We know that you guys want to make the money for pulling those people over and getting those tickets. And people here need to stop fucking doing it. You're just making me so mad.
Oh, tea that just happened. The next door neighbors, the Mormons, just got their house broken into.
Oh, like just now?
Just yesterday, or just this morning at 10 a.m.
Ooh.
Big oof.
Yeah, that sucks.
So we're on the lookout for a black Jeep Cherokee from the 90s with big knobby tires and a bike on top.
Good luck.
Oh, I can feel my Sudafed wearing off.
Oh no.
I'm stuffing.
You need to go rest.
I'm congesting. Now I need to go take another fucking Sudafed. I need to get gassed up again.
It's okay, I should probably start wrapping up stream anyway. My phone's gonna die. I
Hey,
can't stream without my phone. At least not a crochet stream. And it's almost 11, so.
all right. Well, I'm gonna get out of here then.
Okay, good night. Thanks for hopping in.
Good night. Bye.
Bye. Well, we got almost halfway through all of this ribbing, which is actually really good. Which means tomorrow I might be able to finish the ribbing and buy the zippers, which would make me happy. I just kind of get into this state where I'm like, I don't want to stop streaming. Or stop crocheting. This is just going so nicely. But I do have to get off. I have to take care of the dog, and I have to shower before work. It's like I said, I haven't left my house. Oh shit, I almost dumped water everywhere. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So let's put see here. I know I've got a knot in there apparently. Need a where did they go? All right. That is like a save point. I mean, we're more than halfway done with the ribbing. I would say like just over half though. Still quite a bit to go. I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. Let's see who is currently streaming real quick. Thanks for stream, of course. I had fun, even if we were just kind of chilling out, hanging out. Let's see here. Napoleon's on. Davy's on. We can go see Davy. Davy does crafting and stuff. Have a good night, hopefully. I will. I'm gonna go to bed pretty much within a half hour of getting off, probably. There's my raid message. We're gonna see Davy. Yeah, I'll be back on Thursday for sure. I might try to do a stream tomorrow. It depends on if people are available to play Phasmo, because the Phasmo update does come out tomorrow. If not tomorrow, definitely Thursday. So that's the plan. I will not be streaming over the weekend. We're very busy this weekend with Mother's Day and the Ren Fair and just, there's a lot. So with that, we shall go. Whoosh.